This is your daily market recap for Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka The Trading Agent, and this is your daily market recap for Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. Hopefully you're having a great day. Let's get into it quickly. Start off, first of all, you got Jay Powell talking tomorrow. We've said this, I don't know, for about 2 weeks. I think the market's in a sweet spot for the Feds. I think they're going to talk about what they're going to do in December, and then they're going to say, at this point, we feel like we're getting closer to being done to rate hikes, especially with oil at these prices. I've said this 1,000 times. I think the thing that's ultimately going to push the Feds to have to do what? More rate hikes is what? Higher oil prices and more inflation. At this point, the sweet spot is what they're in. I'm not saying the market's about to rip up to new highs or tank. I think it could just be in this chop zone until the Feds speak, and then ultimately we need to see more information. And a lot of people don't like to see that. And I've said this multiple times. If the tax law selling is over, and you might get some obviously end of year anyway, but it's not going to be as significant as it was in, say, September. I mean, not September, more like October. You could see the market chop around with leadership leading and weakness weak. I mean, leaders lead, weak lag. Said this, meaning it multiple times. Be careful. You're in the first and last 3 business trading days of the month. There's a lot going on. Next, I want to talk about, before I get in touch, you're welcome. Told you China was going to back off COVID stuff. These riots were going to give them an excuse to do something different and act like it's the resistance's fault. Not surprised, right? We talked about China's going to reopen. This is again, this could potentially push inflation higher in the near term. Keep in mind, you have what? A virtual OPEC meeting, virtual meeting. They're not meeting in person. I don't know if they're really going to cut output. Maybe they keep it the same. Either way, it is priced in. We can argue this till you're blue in the face. It's priced in. I'm just look at everything that's happened, all the headlines, headline. Either cut, raise, stay the same. It's been going around for weeks, and the price still holds 76 to 74 area. So that's all I can really say on that. Don't get too bent out of shape about that. Near term, probably going a little higher. Maybe probably could go a lot higher if China really starts cranking up, potentially reopening. Remember, we got 190, maybe 200 million barrels to refill in the SPR. And I'm telling you right now, even if Saudi Arabia increases 250,000 barrels a month, that ain't filling up quick. We need long periods of time. You have a long-term buyer that is going to sustain price. That election did not cost very little. It costed a lot to refill. So, on that note, appreciate followers, subscribers. If you're new, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave comments. I really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm get involved. And I know what happens is when the student is ready, the teacher appears, good things happen. Good things happen when you do the likes and the comments. It helps the algorithm find people that are actually searching for this, because I'm not doing it. But I also would like to grow the channel for people who want to be here. Again, we've cut out the Discord room. I continue to do that. It's the people who really want to learn, not the ones who want the easy answer or who want to be just parroting their the noise that they hear in the news. Again, if you're new, please check out Twitter. Posting on there constantly. Today didn't win snowboarding. Didn't really think there would be much to miss. Not surprised. Tomorrow is a bear day, potentially on the Stock Traders Almanac, but the last 2 days have been down, so maybe the selling is capitulating? Question mark. We'll get into the charts. If you're also new, please check out what I consider probably the most important part of the learning. It's all free. The Back to Basics series, there's 53 videos. Watch the first and last 3 trading days of the month. Where is that one? Here it goes. Watch it. It'll help explain why it matters. I don't need to get into it. That's what the video is for. 7 minutes. Best 7 minutes of your life. Maybe not. All right. Cyber Monday. No, I don't want anything to do pay for use. Trading View. Oil. 76 matters. It goes back all the way to 2000s to mattering. It bounced there in September. We bounced again. Nice look below and fail. Doji. You gotta love the dojis at the lows, y'all. This is now a left-right combo with cheese. You don't know what a left-right combo is? Well, a left-right combo is similar to this, but with a doji. Down, doji, indecision, turns right back around. You can see them at highs as well. Let's see if we can find one real quick. It's a reoccurring bottoming and topping pattern. Here you go. Here's one, left-right combo. That is what it is. Peter, what's his name? Trader Forum. Peter, what's his name? I can't remember. That's a doji sandwich. That's how he talks. I can't remember his name for some reason. Anyway, long day snowboarding. Good stuff though. Great. 5-6 inches of snow. Freshies. Not a ton of terrain open, but there's no one on the roads. No one on the hills. So expecting back into the 80s pronto. We need to get over 94 for the Feds to be nervous, in my opinion. That's all I can say. Near term, should be rising. Should be absolutely rising. Oh, why is it showing only USO? Well, that's not right. I should usually start with Bitcoin, which is, we know that. However, I would just preface, there's not really a lot to say. Bitcoin stuck. I know Holly Folly's looking at it saying, oh, hey, look, it's popping. Cool. Get over 17,000. You got to get over, man, look at that. It's just gotten so tight and compressed. Got to get over that. Who cares? Nat gas. Again, I'm not really that. I just don't care about Bitcoin at this point. It just seems like it's going to be stuck for a while. Trade it how you wish. Nat gas holding high and tight. Love it. High and tight is bullish, y'all. High and tight is bullish. Just like low and tight to go lower. Bearish. If it didn't, once it broke below it, break over this mid sevens. Talk about the eights. Hello, 8. 797. Can't be bearish on it. You just can't. Look at the action. Keep it simple. Stupid? Yeah, no doubt. I have a lot of people asking about nat gas, and it seems to be holding up better. So, is what it is. Is oil about to follow up? I think so. We'll see. Dollar. High and tight. Or, sorry, low and tight. Just chopping. Doesn't seem like a big deal. Whatever. We'll see what happens. I still think it's going to get down here, but chopping dollar doesn't matter, in my opinion. People are like, what does that mean? Well, it's in a downtrend near term. Chopping in small ranges ain't going to get anyone that excited. Meaning, it's not going to, the market doesn't care. Small percentage intraday ranges. Big moves are what matter. Oh, hey, what's up, Cap? So, she just jumped in my lap. At this point, I don't really see a ton to get too concerned about. Let's see what happens. I still think you're going to get down in the 28s at some point. Come back later, sweetheart. TLT. Man, congested being out in the snow all day. Backing off the 0.382. What have we said? I doubt interest rates are going to go lower. TLT much higher if inflation's about to start kicking in. And keep in mind, a slight kick in of inflation can get the market going up. Remember, interest rates moving big, just like the dollar, or what matter more. Oh, you really want to hang out with Dad? Missed you all day. Yeah. So I look at interest rates, I'm like, it could just chop around here, and that would not be a big deal. The dollar, we talked about the VIX. You're welcome. Talked about choppy tops, choppy bottoms. Could be down here for a while, and this is what I am worried for folks who don't know what it's like. Here you go. Here you go. It could take a while to play out. Bottom could take a while. Could be quick. Personally, unless something dramatic happens, say China invades Taiwan, Fed say something crazy, like we're going full throttle, another 2 points next year, I don't think the VIX is going to take off. Remember, we need a catalyst, and right now they are in the sweet spot. No one's talking about it, just me, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm usually way ahead of everyone else, as y'all are noticing, like, holy crap, how are you calling this stuff? Yeah, we're usually way ahead of y'all. That's what we do, anticipate. When you live the market for these long, live it and breathe it, you start to interpret the headlines like a boss, like the market maker, not reading it like the freaking retail. I almost said retard. Did not mean that. SPY. All right, pulls back, closes above 390s, mid 390s. It would get down to 3. I didn't even watch it today. I wasn't that worried. Here you go. Filled the gap. Chop. Rubber band man getting a little tired, right? Each successive move will be smaller. Well, the next smaller move would take you what? I mean, do I have to draw it for you? No. I mean, we've talked about it. We know. Either you break out of this little pennant and go up into the top of the zone, or you make a slightly higher high and you hit the 200-day. Like a boss, like we did in August. You're welcome. At this point, again, be careful being bearish. I say this all the time. People are still looking to short. I get it. I've been early. I still remember shorting in here and then getting knocked out. Be aware. There could be another gap coming. If you're shorting, please be careful. Because I think there's probably another gap coming. Because we haven't hit the upside targets. Qs, not surprised, lagging. 20-day holding, whatever, chopping. At this point, it seems very likely. If you get a retest, you short the crap out of it. Or you back test like the fib. Yeah, tech sucks. Told you guys for months. It's going to, years almost. It's going to lag. IWM, up slightly today. Not bad. Not leading down. 20-day being important, but I would say also the 100-day, as you notice here. So let's see what happens. We got to watch for lagginess, and right now I don't know if it's really lagging. It just kind of seems pretty much par for the course. Gold, pop today. China reopening. You're welcome. Not a lot of people are thinking that. Pulls, man, that nice gap up. Closes near the lows. I would watch the 161s again. Again, I personally believe that I think it could go up to the 0.786 because gold loves 0.786s. But also, too, I mean, it could be stuck. And we'll see. Silver, nice rally back, 30 cents after a big red yesterday. Holding under 200-day. This one's tough. I mean, if this gets up to 2067, give me a call. GDX, yes, you're back in my lap, cat. You're cool. GDX, holding up high and tight. I think 200-day could be in play. This is an important zone in the 28-29. Next coming into the next zone. Auto zone, no. It's going to be somewhere around this 50 fib. Zoom out, you'll see why. Go back in time. Go back in time. This area matters. Maybe it acts like a tractor beam, and that's your max upside. I still would not be shorting this stuff. GDXJ, nice bounce back. Didn't close at the highs, but pretty solid. Inside day. No. I did. See people talking about shorting stuff on the Discord room. Like, if we get that gap up, you guys are going to get screwed. If we get an exhaustion gap up. Yeah. So be careful. That's all I can say. I mean, no one knows for sure. Have a plan. GDXJ, I mean, I still feel like it's holding up. Higher highs, potentially a higher low. Let's run through this AG. Pack only 30 cents. That's not that great today. Maybe it needs to get to channel low. I don't know. These names are tough. AEM, man, that's a nice bounce back up into the 50 area. Yeah, holding high and tight. Doesn't look that bearish to me. Newmont, man, up at $1.44, close near the high. That's holding up. I mean, technically it's over the 100-day. This is a nice back test. I'm not saying it has to be screaming higher, but I mean, there's gaps to fill, and yeah. I mean, I personally, again, I wouldn't short this stuff. I still expect it to go a little higher. PAAS, just chilling. Nothing such to say. AMD up today slightly. Again, when you think about what's happened today, a lot of that was on that rail strike. They'll figure it out. I don't know if Eno listens. But he used to always talk about all this news, and I'm like, it always gets figured out. In near term, it doesn't seem to be much more than volatility creation, and then volatility unloading, meaning like it mattered for a week, right? Like they'll figure it out. They always do. And if they don't, well, we'll see. The market will adjust. It is known, however, that there is a rail strike that has to be worked out in Congress. I don't know why I just wanted to talk about it now, but here you hear it. Holding here. Holding in high and tight is not bearish. I've said this 1,000 times. AMD, NVIDIA, all these names, like as long as they hold up, I still think you make a slightly higher high to be game over. Now, we haven't touched the 200-day in a while. And if you're over the 100-day, you know what comes next. 200. I don't know. Probably going to happen maybe for this guy. I mean, we hit it on the SMH. But some of these other names have to play catch-up. Catch-up or catch-up? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Could it be a broadening pattern? I don't know. I just think it's just not ready yet. This gap up is very precarious. Because, again, pretend this wasn't SMH. And it was just any stock. Say this was oil. I'd be like, this looks bullish. Because this gap up and then holding high and tight doesn't look bearish. Like, you're just retracing. So, I mean, some people short SMH. be careful. I mean, again, I'll wait, and if I'm wrong, I guess we can wait for the professional gap day or play it another when it breaks the lows. We'll see. I mean, it's hard to say. Adobe, holding up, chopping, 20 days key. Said that again multiple times. Holds 20 day, didn't hold our little range, but it's always funny when you go below ranges on a day with a Dogecoin, right? Doge, DOJ. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this needs more information. Apple, obviously the riots hurting. I mean, now this makes more sense the last couple of days. Yesterday didn't. Now, man, you're closed right at the gap. Tough. Again, I don't like tech. I like to short it on pops. Amazon. This is tough, man. As long as that holds the gap, it's good for Apple. Amazon, interesting. Holding the chop zone. Can't get bearish unless it gets below it. And then all it is maybe is it just a gap fill? I don't know. Tech, it sucks. I just don't want to short it yet. CRM, holding up. Nothing to say. Gugemeister. Got to get under the 20-day, but retesting range lows. These are tough. I'd like to short it more up here. I would love more to short it up in the higher 100s. Meta, going nowhere. This is the thing I don't people remember. Like, tech went nowhere for 10 years. If we're in the nowhere zone, and then you at least want to short it at highs. I say that, and people are like, what are you talking about, nowhere zone? Just go back, study the past. Oh, who won the tech war? Not tech. Ha! That's the irony of that video. Man, if it lines up with the 50-day 120 area, that's the short. Microsoft, I said 270s, but man, dollar action, I don't know. This doesn't look bearish to me. Again, when you get a gap up and you chop, you want to see the gap down to end it. Not this gap up and hold high and tight, because then it's setting potentially a trap to go higher. High and tight could leave with more high and tight later. We'll see. I mean, I'm not seeing anything major. You know, we talk about professional gaps, but remember, the bigger the gap, the bit more power. There's no real big gap downs. NDAQ, please get back up high. I want to short this around 68. That's all I can say. MicroStrategy. Oh, crap. Got over 180. Getting over the 180s. Hey, get down. Get down in here. Here you go. This is key. Making higher highs would be slight near-term bullish. 20-day. Man, it's not higher lows. Not there, but these tough to know. I mean, these are all tough. I don't know. Netflix, I like Netflix more. Again, when you start layering into the small, I talked about the trend line and the 20-day. Look at that. You son of a biscuit. You went below it today. You closed right at it. I mean, I think it's still possible to get back up into the 300s. Fill that gap. That gap is acting like, at some point, a tractor beam. Today's action, a doji. I mean, let me see the 10-minute. I didn't really even watch the market at all because I went snowboarding. I was like, I'm not going to sit around and watch today. It's going to be a bunch of bull snap. Yeah, I mean, look at the volume down, pops, big volume, or big candle action. Man, that's 5 points and no volume. Yeah. I'm not surprised at the close. Look at that tight action. Somebody looks like they're playing games here. Trade around it. I mean, the games are hard. Roblox. Man, right back at 30. I don't know. Broke the trend, but this is just a big chop pattern. I mean, trend lines don't matter as much in a chop pattern. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Tesla, I mean, I think they get bought out at some point. I don't know who buys them out. Maybe it's Buffett. Just kidding. Told you, watch, don't chase. Here you go. You got your point in the sand. Most recent days low seems to be holding. This stuff doesn't look... And again, even with the crap, how terrible this month has been, literally open on the highs, it doesn't look terrible, y'all. We'll see. I just hate to say that because people are going to be like, oh, it looks great, I'm going to go buy it. Well, just watch the levels. X commodities, these look amazing. Doji yesterday, gaps up, closes near the highs, doesn't look that bad. Nucor. Same kind of thing, right? Opens up, closes near, not necessarily the lows, but this thing's been on fire, and it's holding the upper channel bound. Or range bound. Very top of the BAP zone, right? Let me zoom it out for you. Doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look terrible. Like Charles Barkley. Not terrible. VALE, man, up 92 cents. Ugh. Stuff that doesn't look bearish. Remember I was talking about like high and tight? And again, remember, I just literally turned on the computers and fired this up to watch it. Talk about how gap ups, high and tight lead to more SMH. Here you go. VALE just did like what I was worried for tech shorts. So here you go. Just that, bam, one gap. Base, 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 gap. Base, 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 gap. Base, 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 gap. Space gap? No, I don't know. Arrow. Man, holding the 50-day. Doesn't look terrible. I don't know. CCJ, again, I can't believe someone sold puts out into June. What the fuck? XDiv today, hold it up pretty well. This is the line in the sand. What was the low today? 22.94. Got close enough. I can't even see the wick with the XDiv. Keep an eye on it. I don't know what to say. I'm not bearish on it. I just don't know if it's exciting to say, like, CF that might be consolidating. Man, this 105 to 108, just, I mean, I guess technically 104 is what I really think is probably the zone. It's holding up. I don't know. It just, again, keep in mind, this could be a huge gap when it goes. That's what I would be the most excited about. And I thought we had it to go, and then what? Here we go. High and tight. Stay above the gap. Stay above 104s. Mosaic of 47 cents, holding 50. Talked about this holding like multiple trend lines and channels and all sorts of fun games. Doesn't look terrible. NTR been acting real strong. Said this a million times. Real strong. Novice gap bottom. Big volume. Turn around. Looks good. I'm telling you, getting over the 20 days key. Got all these converging moving averages. I mean, it feels like it's getting back in the mid-80s. Aaron. Gaps up. High and tight. Nothing wrong with it. Didn't really go anywhere all day. Interesting. Like it. XBI. Everyone's like, oh, it's trash. It's like, oh, it's just doing nothing. I mean, I don't know if y'all ever have studied the charts. But study this chart. Look at it. It can be trash for a while. I mean, think about it. It's in September. It's gone nowhere. It's been in like a 10% range. Just, I guess a little more, 10%. Still, nothing. I don't know. Next direction, your guess is good as mine. XLF rallied back some today. Not much, but didn't break the channel lows. Interesting. Or range lows. Be careful. Be careful. Said this is pennant. The banks are printing money with higher interest rates. I'm telling you right now. Banks are doing well. Now, again, credit risk, that becomes the bigger question, the elephant in the room. But at this point, we're not there yet. Again, Morgan Stanley holding up high and tight. JP Morgan, man, up another 221. Wow, right back near the highs. Again, financials don't look like they're about to roll over. Everybody wants a short. And I'm like, why? Does anyone watch the recaps that's shorting and posting on the Discord room? Maybe not. I don't know. Or maybe they just, like me, sometimes they're early. I get it. Being early, I get it. Trust me, it's like a drug. I have to work on it too. Tan. Speaking of early, short and solar. I mean, personally, it's just in the box, penalty box. I mean, I don't know what, right? Gotta get below the 78s. Now, are you surprised? Profit taking. Look, it bottomed. It starts the month. Where's the low or the start of the month? Yeah, it starts here at 70, gets up into 80. Not surprised. ENPH gets added to the QQQ. Chopping at the highs. We'll see. Sedgeton. Sedge. Hello, Sedgeton. You're like, why are you talking like that? I don't know. Back testing the trend line. The volume on the pullback. Again, everyone's like, oh, I see volume and distribution. I'm like, I see accumulation and markup. I like volume pullback. We'll see. ENPH looks a little different. It looks a little more distributive, right? Because of the added to the NASDAQ day. It just doesn't look terrible. First Solar, man, dropped 3 points. It's ending. No, you missed it, maybe. I don't know. Get some pullbacks, getting some downgrades. Yeah, I mean, this one looks not as great, but Here's the hard part, right? No one does homework until we notice this. Up big, pulls back, right? And then maybe it just chops. I don't know. Again, if oil and gas hold up, I don't think solar's going to roll. But I could be wrong. Been wrong before. USO. You're welcome if you bought it at 65. Got no tips today. Donations, which pretty much par for the course lately. Seems people have been struggling. I get it. I don't expect anything. I just want to teach, and I want to feel that people are rewarding themselves first before rewarding the teacher or anyone involved. Pay your taxes. Pay yourself. Do all the fun things. Oil. Gap's up today. It looks just like this. Again, all the headlines priced in. Don't even tell me about it. I mean, for literally a month. Opens on the highs. Closing near the lows. Rallying back. Nat gas. Again, another inside choppy day. Doesn't look bad. Inside choppy. Man, the range high and the range low is exactly yesterday's highs and lows. Not surprised. Dollar range. Interesting. Doesn't look terrible. XOP. Man, this is I'm telling y'all, if this is just like the last little run up here in like May, June, or August, I mean, you could get this. I don't think we're at the top. Fill the gap, wouldn't even fill it. Again, if you run the fibs out, there's a 50% fib at 182, 85, 82, whatever. Oh, there you are. Hello. Don't be surprised. Just curious. I want to draw. See if there's any drawings that would connect it. No, not really. Keep in touch. Talk to you later. Oxy. Doesn't look terrible. High and tight, man. This stuff, you got to be careful. People are saying head and shoulders top. I'm like, not until you get confirmation. High and tight ain't bearish. ExxonMobil. What was that up to? Yeah, up $1 today. 70 cents. Yeah, high and tight. Not acting terrible. Now, I see the gap here, but I also see other gaps that didn't lead to like destruction or breakouts. So we need price levels to break. You see it. That's all I can say. PXD. Not a single person said ex-dividend today. I think they got paid, $5.71 to own the stock. It was down a couple points, naturally. The dividend price is in. Closed at $2.45. Basically flat on the day, just like all the other ones. Collect that $5.71. You're welcome if you own the shares. Every 100 shares, you do the math. $57. You own a couple hundred shares, you're not complaining. You own 1,000 shares, you did pretty good today. $571. Not bad. 5%. Please bottom now. Look where it bottomed, the 100-day. You guys familiar with Family Guy? I can't remember the main character's name. That's how he laughs. There you go. You got your $5. Now we should rip. Keep that in mind. All right. I'm going to end it. You got questions? I got answers. Here to help always. Please be safe out there. Be thoughtful. Telling you, new money is coming in. And if the last 2 days have been the pullback, I'm telling you, new money is going to love being down from 403 down into the 390s. Now, do we run up to the 405 plus? I don't know. We'll see. Keep that all in mind. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Peace.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.